Introducing the 3-part options course with Hans Albrecht. Get access for free by scanning this QR code or clicking on the link in the description.
Welcome back. Hope you had a great week. So we are obviously opening lower given that China has this DeepSeek AI. So all of tech is taking a big hit on that and Chinese stocks are popping up. So I mean the fact that we are having such a massive gap down on, I would say, this news could imply that this is an ABC, which means we are in middle of the completion of a C wave. So one of two things is going to happen. You can see here that I did have a green path coming down. Obviously, I didn't expect it to be such a massive gap down, but for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as I've explained previous week as well, any selling ideally would have to hold over this 5900. As long as 5900 holds, then we could still, continue moving along the green path to make a new high. However, if we go up to reject and we stay below 6050, then we are just as much at risk to come down into this 5700 level before we approach higher. So again, use this 56028, 6030. Below that, we are weak. And if we end up breaking this 5900, then we're definitely weak into 5700. And we do have a gap to fill into 5620. So we probably end up approaching that as well. Similarly, on the Qs, we are opening on support. So it does remain pretty simple. If this is to be a 1-2, then we would need to immediately get supported before we push higher. Alternatively, if we don't, this 496,500 doesn't hold the support and we end up breaking this area, then same as SPX, we are very likely have much lower levels to go. So it's very important that QQQ gets supported within this box to, continue higher. Otherwise, it does remain at risk. And if you want a level for SPY, you can see here that this was our ABC and it is trying to attempt at coming down for that wave 4. So if this is a wave 4, then it's very likely that, the market will come down into the support level before it actually tries to push higher. And if this has to end up being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for us to continue moving higher. So it is looking pretty risky. If this box doesn't hold, this, I would say, 585 to 590 doesn't hold the support, then I'm expecting us to come back and retest 568. If we can't hold, then I could see a green path, but let's see how the week goes. Dollar, you can see here, we are having that bit of rejection. So the market pressure is not from the dollar, and you can see the yields. We are selling off on the yields as well. So the market pressure is not from the yields. So it is definitely on this AI news, which is why SPY, as long as we hold over 585, we can be bullish. We break that, then we likely push into 568. QQQ, as long as we hold above 500, we can be bullish. 500 to 496 can get supported to be bullish. We break that, then probably heading down into like 480, 476. If that breaks, probably 450. I'm going to be watching this box. IWM, anyway, you can see here, basically tech is weak. IWM is not weak, but the entire market is weak. We know that we are in the middle of nowhere. IWM needs over 228 to be bullish. Otherwise, the lower channel is at 210 for IWM. So keep an eye on that. We are just staying at the upper box. Needs to break above to be bullish, or if it starts selling, then we are very likely to lower box. So yeah, with that being said, let's look at this week's watches. So Amazon, I do think that we are still within a wave 4, but we could come down to get supported. So I would say let the selling continue into Monday, but I do think that we could bottom maybe Monday afternoon or maybe Tuesday morning. I do think that we could come down for a wave 4 low on Amazon. If we do get around 210 to 212, that would be a decent opportunity to kind of get back into Amazon for a move higher. But yeah, the risk would be, again, you can see this is the channel. If it doesn't get supported here, the next level of support is 210. 210 breaks, then we're very likely headed into 200. So yeah, that's the risk. And yeah, I am looking to see if this dip on Amazon gets bought up. The next one that I have on these 6 watches is LLY. And again, I've mentioned as long as it's below 800, I do think that this could get rejected, and it does have a gap to fill into 670. I am still looking for this. If you break 800, then I'm probably wrong. Otherwise, I'm still looking for this short back down into Amazon. that's what I have for LLY. And we covered ZOM last week, and you could see that kind of had that selling down into the support level at 108. So that worked out. And NVIDIA last week, it was a good chase. Did actually end up going up a bit before we kind of had that news today. And you can see that we are into that 126, 128 support. So that's why I'm saying the whole market needs to get supported into today. A little bit of selling before it gets supported. Otherwise, if we break that, then NVIDIA doesn't really have any support till that 100 and 201 area. So has to get supported here if it wants to go make a new high. Otherwise, we are gonna go test previous support lower before it can recover. So that is essential. Coin on the other hand ended up pushing into the 310. We're kind of gapping down, but again, nothing major. As long as coin holds over 265, then we can't continue moving to the upside on coin. So that's something we need to keep an eye on. As long as we hold this, we can buy the dip. Otherwise, all these stocks turn into shorts. So you need to keep a close watch out for that. So yeah, last but not the least, what I have is snow. And again, this is basically if we remain and if the market remains weak for the next day or two, you could see here that snow actually is one of those tech plays that has a massive gap to fill. So the center thing is an earnings gap up. You can see that we broke the channel for snow. You can see here, as long as we stay below 175 and we reject, we're very likely you're not going to come down into the 150, 145. So that's why I have it on this week's watch list. If the market is weak, this is very likely going to get hit. So yeah, I hope you have a great week. Trade safe. Have a good day.
Join Chase to trade with Rithika and other experts. Subscribe to LaDuc Trading YouTube channel for more Wolf's weekly wave list videos and other content.